let's talk about Marvel Jesus,
Marvel,
shall we?
yes.
Marvel Jesus.
See, you liked how I did that? Yeah.
That was a banger.
Professional. We're all spoilers now, so just, you've been warned. We have a spoiler-free review out there. Check that out, but we're going to just talk. Who wants to start? Who want to talk about?
That's the biggest thing. Channing Tatum finally got to play Gambit.
Yeah.
Who liked it?
Oh, loved it.
I loved it.
I liked it. He looked
Little too on the
bloated.
nose.
He did
Too
look a
polished.
little bloated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wish they should have done. They should have at least done the eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, when he did his powers, they
When
did.
he-
But,
yes.
Right, but I mean,
Oh,
like,
you mean the...
but like in
just the
X-Men
regular
97,
black
it's
eye-
like
red.
always, what,
Yeah.
black
Black
eyeball
with, like,
and,
the
oh,
red.
yeah.
Yeah.
Contacts probably would have had to do that. But
yeah, and I do. I thought it. I liked it. I was not as giddy about that as I was to seeing like Blade walk in.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I love the fact that Blade's first words after like 20 some odd years was retarded.
Retarded.
I thought you were retired.
I like,
Retarded.
I like when he's like, some motherfuckers still always trying to ice skate.
Yeah.
Then he goes, he's like, I
don't like you. You
I never liked
did.
Yes,
you. You
yes.
never did.
Yeah.
You never did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
So yeah, I thought that was cool. Jennifer Garner's Elektra was even cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
I did like it when they said something about Daredevil, and she's like, he died. And he's like, oh, she's like,
See, I need to go back and see that part.
There
'cause
was
I
a
did
lot
hear
of
there
little
was like a
bits.
little jab here
there
and
was
there.
a lot of
Yeah.
little bits in
I
there like
lo-
that you could miss.
That whole scene of them in that cave, like just the little one-liners. He's like, "It's been a while since I've seen Sling Blade. Hit me again, sweetheart."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Who's
whatever
your
it was.
dialect coach?
I mean,
I thought he did great, and I thought of Mitch because
I
you
mean,
know for
Oh,
years,
God.
like,
Yeah, I've always been a Gambit fan, and when I saw that go live, I mean, he always said that he had the accent down, he had everything down.
he grew up in that area.
Yeah,
I guess,
so it was just
he did great.
the only thing
Yeah.
that bothered me was his hair was too neat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. I think it was a wig too, obviously,
Yeah.
because he had
But
like
once he
short
started
hair.
doing
but
the action scenes, then his hair became
the
comical.
cards, and, oh shit, that was so
the action
cool.
sequences with him were
Yes.
those were way better than him just standing around.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look kind of ridiculous dressed like that standing around.
True.
But when you're actually doing acrobatic shit,
Yeah.
it looks pretty badass.
Well, they didn't shy away from his look. I mean, they like
no, they went all in.
identical
Yeah.
to the comics, like
Which
the
they didn't
boots
do
and
with
everything.
Taylor Kish when he played
No.
him in that
No,
Wolverine movie.
how did you like him in that one, Origins? Were you a
no.
fan?
No, because it was some guy that was trying to play
Mm.
him.
You
Yeah.
could have named that guy anything,
Yeah,
and it would have been
Yeah.
Yeah,
acceptable.
well, that's just it. It didn't feel
Yeah.
like Gambit. I mean, he didn't have the accent. He didn't have the look.
Yeah.
It wasn't. He didn't have this debonair, suave kind of feel to him. So
Yeah.
it felt like it could have been, like you were saying, another character.
yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
what's so great about this film is Ryan Reynolds like really gave not just second chances, but a first chance for Channing Tatum because he tried to make that movie for years, and
Yeah.
Disney bought Fox. I think that really killed any
Well, and I think
possibility.
now he's going to be in Secret Avengers.
Hopefully, I
Or,
think he's
Secret
talking.
Wars.
Well, and we were,
Yeah.
I know we were talking about like just on the chat about like X-Men who could carry a solo movie.
Yeah.
Like now,
Yeah.
Gambit is one of the few I think that could carry a solo movie.
Well, his origin is
Yeah.
just
yeah, I mean,
it's
you
so
could
well
focus,
written.
you could
Yeah.
show,
focus
like, the
all
Thieves
on
Guild.
the Thieves
Yep.
Guild versus
Yeah.
the Assassins
Yep.
Guild, and
Could be like a
it'd
third
cool way to
person
introduce,
retelling of
like,
his life.
Rogue and all these
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
cool characters. So
Yeah,
I think, I liked it. I think a Gambit solo movie would be pretty dope.
that's
But
what's
if you're gonna bring Rogue in, you got to do it right. And I don't know who the actress would be to do that.
Not
They made her
Anne
too.
Hathaway.
Well, they
No.
made her too young, and she was an Oscar winner, so that's probably
I have
another
seen
thing.
a really
but,
well done up like Alexandria Daddario, but that was just
Mhm.
costume only. I don't
right,
know if she could do
Yeah.
the voice. I need to hear that voice, like
Yeah.
the 90s animated voice.
like the one we have
Well-
97 who reprised her,
Right.
her role. Yeah, that's
Yep.
still
And
great.
the thing that sucks about that is she's like, well, doesn't really suck about it, but to get that like really practiced like Southern Belle, thing,
Yeah.
she's like 70 something.
Oh, yeah.
She's older
Yeah.
Yeah,
or whatever. But
they could dub an actress,
you,
get a model.
I don't know, man. Like it would be
Yeah, it'd be tough.
to find somebody that can match that.
And
I
then-
don't know
yeah.
if she could if she could do the voice look wise.
Yeah.
I think that it would be somebody like oh man, what's her name?
Bonnie Raitt.
Nope. Give me a second.
She
Reese
looks like Bonnie
Witherspoon.
Raitt though.
Yeah.
The
Not Reese
gray hair.
Witherspoon, her chin protrudes too much.
Oh yeah, I think it could
Adrian
cut like.
Palicki.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Lady J from G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh shit,
Yep.
she's not doing
She's,
anything.
Again, I don't know if she can do the
the
voice, but she, I think, could
first officer
capture
from
the role
Morville.
really
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
That would be good.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
They'd have to enhance some features, though.
I think there was a
know.
lot of
Not
lot of
that
fuck
we're in.
yeah moments for me in this movie.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Of course, as expected, a lot of funny moments like him headbutting the camera and saying "Suck it, Fox"
Yeah.
going to Disneyland.
Yep.
I don't know.
The Calvarine. It's
I
like,
love the-
that
they'll treat you
was-
better than those shitbirds down the street or
that
whatever.
was
Yeah.
so
yeah.
great. Like he looked amazing.
And he did the
the like,
arm
recharge
locking
he did
thing.
from the Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
yeah, I think what I said
You're
after I saw
leaving.
it, I posted. I was like, that was like the most fun I'd had at the movies in a long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When
definitely.
Wolverine put on his cowl, though, I've never heard a crowd go louder.
Oh, dude,
Oh
yeah, we,
man.
Yeah.
And
I
he
think
wore
the
it
last
went
time I went,
Crazy.
the last time I was with a crowd, we went that bananas. Was literally when Captain America picked up Thor's hammer.
Oh
in
yeah.
Avengers.
Yep.
That was the last time we went like
Yeah.
bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun experience.
Peter Poole was absolutely hilarious, though,
Oh yeah.
with the
Oh,
big old
he's
moose
great.
knuckle walking out.
He's
And
great.
then the sequence when they're blowing out the back of the bus,
Yeah.
that was straight out of the comics for me. I had an absolute kid moment when I saw it. My
Yeah.
jaw just dropped, and I couldn't believe that they did that.
Yeah.
And Cassandra Nova was such a good villain.
She was
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely.
Yeah.
That
And the whole,
actress
like,
kicked
there were,
ass.
Like, parts of that were taken like right out of the comic book, like when she like reaches her
Oh
hand
yeah,
inside her head.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's in like
Yeah.
that is in the new X-Men or the comic series, and it
Because
is
she didn't just like
creepy.
when she's messing with somebody's mind in the comics, she doesn't go like
Yeah.
like Professor
No.
Xavier does. She's like,
Yeah.
But I like how she has fun with it too. Like she
Yeah.
has fun
Oh,
with the
yeah.
characters.
Oh, Emma Corrin, man,
Yeah.
she
Yep.
did great. She actually shaved her head for the role. Like
Yep.
she was.
Yeah.
She wanted to bulk up
Perfect.
too, and they told her no.
Yeah.
I liked her.
She,
Like,
she
I
was
liked her in that
perfect.
build.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's almost very unassuming
yeah.
yeah,
when she's petite.
Yes.
Mhm.
And bald and
Yes.
and then she fucks your head all up.
Well,
Or, or she rips your skin off.
poor Johnny
That was
Storm.
That was one of my favorite parts
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Is when he's like, he's gonna say it,
Yes.
and then he's like, flame on. He's like, oh,
Oh.
He's
I
like,
knew because it was so secret. Like, okay, I think this is Johnny Storm, and yeah.
Although
that
I
was
will say
awesome.
though, Wolverine in the brown and yellow suit,
with the Hulk,
I was just
cool.
hoping that we were gonna get the cowl on there,
yeah.
where he'd have the claws come out.
you wouldn't have
and
that
then
moment though. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
I
It did
I thought the
preserve it.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought the
that's
same, but I'm
true.
like, you won't have that moment at the end because that man had just paid all out, and then he wore it longer than I thought. I mean,
Yeah.
practically everything, his chest ripped off or his
Yeah.
suit, and then he still
Yeah.
had the mask on. Like he wore it.
The
He
one that
looked
made
so
me
cool.
laugh a whole bunch was comic accurate Wolverine.
Yes.
The 5'3".
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It hops down. It's like, hey there, little guy.
Yeah.
yeah. When he gets down from the stool, like, oh hey,
And then Patch.
Yep.
I want
Patch was
I
cool
want
as
give me a
hell.
fucking movie with that guy.
See, I
No
thought Patch
kidding.
was going to be playing with Gambit, and that's the only thing that I thought.
yeah, I
we were
heard
gonna see Gambit in.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
That didn't end up being the case.
And then,
we did not see. So there was always the rumors about the Harry Potter kid.
oh, yeah,
Radcliffe.
We didn't
Radcliffe.
see Radcliffe Wolverine.
I always heard Jean Grey was coming back, Cyclops was coming back, and Storm.
There was a lot of things that were like said towards the
Yeah.
beginning, but didn't happen. Like
Yeah.
Mobius wasn't in it.
Yep.
Owen Wilson's character.
They wanted
Yeah,
so
more-
many, and they had to like back off a little bit because they had, they had Blade and
Right.
everything else. But yeah, they had a huge list, and
It is one of those where you could, if you had too much, it would be too much.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
done just right.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
the Sabretooth battle.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Mhm.
that was short and sweet, kind of. But
Yep.
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh, I want to see him fight." Like, go watch X-Men. They fight on top
Yeah.
of the Statue of Liberty. How do you?
Yeah, that fight sucked.
It did.
The choreography. For
I
the,
want-
Well, yeah,
the,
but
the
they
choreography in X-Men
still,
was so lame.
they still, yeah,
I'm going to do a shameless plug real quick. This is something I talked about in the review I did for it on
Sure.
Billy Creston's channel. But what I've always wanted to see in film form is a knockdown, drag out, bloody fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth. And I'm not counting the one from Origins. Because
I was gonna say Origins. Yeah, it's a variant.
But no, like they
the Tyler
they
Mane one, it was just too quick.
eviscerate the shit out of each other
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah,
Because they can both heal. There's no kind of like when
yeah,
Wolverine and Deadpool are fighting. It's like,
Yeah.
they
Right.
can heal, so they're going to
right.
beat the crap out of each other. And I was really excited because I was a huge fan of Tyler Mane's Sabretooth.
Yeah, and he looks great still.
He does.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like,
I know.
That's the only part of it I didn't like. But
I think they also did that because you didn't expect it to be so quick. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Right.
but yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know. I
Well,
know.
kind of a callback to Origins, like I'm going to cut your head off, see if that works. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yep.
yeah,
Do you think the Honda Odyssey is selling more now or less?
well, the
Oh,
Honda
God.
Honda Odyssey fucks hard.
Dude, I was laughing so hard at that when it's their breather break. And he's
Yeah.
like, the Honda Odyssey fucks hard. And then,
It's like
It's the hero vehicle too.
it is, yeah.
Blade like got the Punisher's cannon or something he used from it. Like that's a deep
Yeah.
pull. Like shit.
they did have the Fantastic Car in this movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean they had a lot of things you just
That's really-
blink and you miss it kind of.
It's one
yeah.
of those movies like to catch all. I think
Yeah.
either to catch all the
Rewatchability
Easter
is
eggs,
high.
You have
Yeah.
to sit through a Screen Rant video, which who wants to do that,
Yeah.
or go and like watch it
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah.
I need it.
Break
I
the
would see it
fourth wall,
again.
too. The Proposal.
Bitch, is that what you think I do?
So how long does it take you to heal? Healing factor. What? You
That
really
was
are
hilarious.
God's
I think I'm
perfect idiot.
hit. It's just-
It's like,
I love the swords though, because
Oh,
those
yeah.
were vibranium, weren't they? Or no?
Yeah, no,
They're
they were
adamantium.
Adamantium.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Yep. And then he
Vibranium's
got
too
the
heavy.
guns at the
Yeah.
end.
like
It's
the golden
The gold,
pistoleros.
Yeah.
Desert Eagles.
How about the wizard though when he's putting on the new Deadpool suit and he like hugs his, like he
Like,
slaps his butt.
slaps
up a
his
bunch of
butt and
times.
cut.
that
his
was
butt.
like a nod at Disney, I heard. Like
Oh,
kind
was
of
it?
like how
But I love how they do it like
It's like
three
he's
times and the
possibly a
last one's
predator.
I like how Disney executives were like, like no doing cocaine, and so they
Yeah.
just make jokes about doing cocaine the entire
Yeah.
movie.
That's the one
Or
thing
how they
Feige said
can't
was
do
off the
cocaine.
table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was shocked to see Blade come back. I'm happy that because there's
They had a
rumors that
reconciliation,
I think
which was good. Which
Yeah.
I thought was good. But
because Trinity was a mess for many reasons, I guess, and
I just
obviously
watched that was our outdoor family movie night on Saturday. Was,
It's a it's a decent movie, but the problem is by that point he was already
Excuse
so
me.
into
Jesus.
himself that it was just like
yeah.
there was a scene where he was supposed to have his eyes open.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to do it, so then they painted eyes on his closed eyelids, and it just
well, and I think he didn't
you
like
had to refer
yeah.
to him as Blade like on set.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
he also liked
But
that.
the movie didn't suffer because he's so fucking
No.
weird.
No, it hijacks the.
Although
It's
that
like
was
he's
all
not the
for-
main character really. It's like
Yeah.
his whole team now, and I
Yeah,
get
it
it
was
because
an
they were trying to
ensemble,
spin
yeah.
off. They were trying
Yeah.
to spin them off.
Yeah.
That's what they
Yeah.
were trying to do.
Oh,
but
dude, I would have totally taken a Night Stalkers movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
Frank Drake and Hannibal King.
I always feel bad though. Jessica Biel always gets shit on with movies. You ever notice that? Like she gets somewhere and it's all
Yeah.
right, and then it's nah.
Yeah, I think
I
Didn't
liked her in Texas Chainsaw
she-
Massacre.
Well, who wouldn't? I mean,
I think that was right around the time where she was kind of starting to become big on like the CW and stuff like that,
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever it was.
Well,
well, she tried to divert. From
She's
that,
on
so that
Seventh
was
Heaven.
yeah,
A very Christian.
Yeah.
Is that video you sent? That 7 and man, I was like, I watched that, and that was like a fucking 30-minute video or 17-minute video.
I
whatever
could.
It was.
Oh, dude,
I
I
watched
watched all
that
of
whole-
it.
I
I didn't
watched that
plan
whole
on
thing.
it. Yeah.
I really want to watch this show now. It looks fucking bananas.
Oh
Is that
my
the one
God.
where she goes, "Yeah, I have something to tell you. I've done marijuana."
Yes.
and his like head cocks, and he's
Dude, it's like ridiculousness. Like
Oh,
this
yeah.
was on TV. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it
And
was
just pointing
so
out how
funny.
ridiculous it is. I was like, man, I really want to see this show now.
oh god, it was terrible. It's on
Well-
like the Hallmark Channel now.
Yeah.
It's like right up there with the Waltons.
They kept
Oh, right.
digging
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Stephen Collins because he did, he in real life exposed himself to like a 14-year-old, like he's a real pervert and
was
stuff.
that the dad?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And so they keep sneaking that in every critique of the episode. Shouldn't you be in a prison somewhere or something like that? It's funny as hell.
But the
Yeah.
crazy thing is that he was the dad in The Office. You remember? Because there's a scene where what's his face?
Stephen Collins was?
Yeah, he was in The Office for one episode.
Okay.
That
could
Oh, and then he got recast, didn't he?
No,
Or he
just
he
didn't
got
come back.
divorced from his mom.
Oh,
That's when they
yeah.
sold the sailboat and all that
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super weird.
Yeah.
He's just super creepy.
It's like when James Spader joined Office. That was odd.
I loved James Spader. in The
Did
Office.
you?
He was my
Oh, yeah.
favorite. He was my favorite character. Robert
Yeah.
California.
Robert
Yeah.
California.
He was
And
my
then,
favorite character.
then he sells his house and goes skinny dipping.
I don't know if this is true or not, but supposedly Ryan, after all this like Blade resurgence, and that they're having trouble making a Blade film, Ryan's like hoping for them to make like a Logan-esque Blade film for him, like a final
Oh,
like
that'd be cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
yeah. I don't know if
Yeah.
it'll happen, but I don't know. Snipes has been respectful to Mahershala Ali, that project, and he was asked about when
I think
Ryan.
prison was humbling for Snipes.
Yeah, I think he's very lucky to get this part and everything, and I think
I love the dig where he's just like, and there will be one blade.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, he was saying like Ryan called him and he was like finding it hard to believe that Marvel's gonna okay that, and then he's like, well, I guess I'll do it if they do it, or if they wanted me to do it. So
it sounds like they made up a long time ago.
Perhaps.
Well, and the way that he jokingly says it is that there was never any beef.
Yeah,
which
there was, but
is probably a nice way of saying we've made up. Let's move on.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's stop talking about it.
Right.
Because it certainly did. I mean, as soon as we saw him, we were like, okay, beef's done.
Right.
Well, what I'm really glad about too with this movie is two things I was really glad about. One is it like bookends the Fox universe pretty well.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Very much appreciated that, and kind of says like, thank you for everything. We're here now because of you. Or, you're the ones that kind of launched
especially the end credits. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm also glad that Levy and Reynolds kept Feige kind of like off to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there was certain things they wanted them to do in this, and kind of, I don't know if wokeify it's the right word, but like whatever her name is that plays She-Hulk in the series, like she got super pissed because they did a scene with her and they cut it completely out because they're like, well, we're not really supposed to be focusing on the MCU guys with this.
Right.
This is more of like a Fox thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And she got all pissed and, pulled the misogynist card and all this other stuff. I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
Was there any, so I know we talked about some of the other supposed cameos early on, but any cameo that you wanted to see that you didn't see from one of those, from the Fox movies?
Or you could even say New Line, right? Because Blade's a New Line.
Blade was new. Yep. Blade was New Line.
If anything, I wouldn't have mind seeing a comic accurate Cyclops.
But not James Marsden?
I don't know where he would have fit in that, but just seeing the suit. Because they did such comic accurate suits, I don't know where he would have ever fit in.
That would have been really cool.
But I thought I had seen like a production still, and it could have been, once they started leaking stuff, Ryan was just like, okay, I'm going to leak this much more.
Yeah.
Fake bullshit. And so.
But like a lot talked, like you could have seen more of the Wolverine, his universe. Like, but I don't think you needed to see that. I think you could just, I think you saw enough in his head.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, it would have been, I like James Marsden. I think he's aged really well. And I think he's matured as an actor. And I think if you give him a good costume, it's going to look.
He is a riot in that. Is it the jury duty?
Oh, I've heard about that. I haven't seen it.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. No, he's
the
talented.
Premise is there's a guy on who gets selected for jury duty for this case.
Oh, I've heard this.
Everybody is an actor, except for him. He's like a real dude.
Oh,
and doesn't know that all these people are interacting. And James Marsden plays like himself, but like a douchier version. I'm hoping
perfect.
A douchier version.
Yeah.
But he is so.
Probably like
so
Neil
funny.
Patrick Harris in the Kumar movies, or Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, he's so funny in it. You got to watch that show.
Okay,
where's it on? Where's it on?
Was it Freevee? It's like an Amazon.
Oh, is it?
I think.
I love Freevee.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah, definitely worth the watch. It's so funny.
Not necessarily Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
like,
there was talk.
Ghost
I think.
Rider.
Yeah,
there was talk to Ghost Rider.
That was gonna be my answer. I would have wanted, and give me Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. Fuck it.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Got to see him as Superman.
Yeah.
I did like.
Sort of.
Oh yeah.
Some bad.
Through a filter.
Yeah.
Damn.
Some of the like
supposed to look
background
like that.
characters and stuff like that. Like
yes, that was one of my cons about the film.
Kelly Hu actually reprised her role. And
Blink and you missed her because
it
was so far away. I thought it was another stand-in or something.
If you
God, she was great as lady. Oh man, she's awesome.
But like I know Kevin Nash was like pissed that he didn't get to reprise the Russian, but the Russian's in it for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Shut up.
Gets killed by
he complains about everything. That's the whole reason he has his fucking podcast. But
no, I didn't think that was a big deal.
What impressed me was that the guy that played the X3 Juggernaut, or in Deadpool and Wolverine, is a totally different actor.
Yeah.
But he was actually like that jacked. I guess Vinnie Jones had to have like padding and shit.
Yes, that's why he didn't come back.
That's why he didn't come back, because he didn't want to put on all the makeup and stuff.
Aaron
but
Reed is that dude's name.
Yeah, because he played in the game movie with
Free Guy.
Yep.
Yeah, they brought him back.
Yeah,
he was the big guy in that.
He was dude.
Yeah.
Or whatever his name was.
Dude.
But, yeah.
Yeah, the Juggernaut was kind of disappointing because you go from Vinnie Jones and then you go from the CGI like huge and then you go back to this like smaller guy.
It's the Fox Juggernaut though.
Yeah,
so
I know.
That's why they're not gonna do.
Yeah,
it does make sense though as to why they didn't put a lot of like Marvel stuff.
Right.
You know?
I just was shocked Kelly Hugh. That was her because I don't
think it was.
It was.
Well, I looked it up. I didn't think so either, but then I looked up and it said her, and I'm like, what? Yeah. Maybe she had some plastic surgery. I don't know, but
well, I mean, it's been how many years now?
But then they had that was my complaint was like, I mean, but it was a minor complaint, okay? Like, all these background characters, they don't really see them
recast, but like the Azazel wasn't played by the guy from First Class,
right?
Toad was different.
Toad was different.
Toad was not Ray
Park.
But then I've heard it was, so I'm really confused.
It wasn't Ray Park.
Okay.
But the guy who played Pyro was in it.
Yep, that's him. Yep.
That was cool.
That was cool.
And he actually, I mean, not a big part, but
very dirty Pyro.
Part.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he comes through the portal. He's like, we got a problem. And she like fucks him in the head. She broke his neck. That's what she did. Yeah. What about the Deadpools? The Deadpool gang.
I didn't really give a shit.
I didn't either. I thought it was going to be a bigger deal because we knew Lady Deadpool was going to be it.
They needed a third act fight, and they couldn't very well have them fight Cassandra Nova.
And they teased it like there's Deadpool gang. The dog and
I think it's cool who they used for it though.
Yeah, the voices.
I thought it was clever. I mean, because the Deadpool Corps is an actual thing in the comics.
Yeah,
so
it is.
A lot of this stuff is pulled right out of the comic books, and so I thought that was pretty neat, especially like the zombie Deadpool head.
Yeah. That was Nathan Fillion.
Do you know there was a variant that they wanted to put in? It was called what was it called? It was Wolverine and Deadpool together.
Oh, from the DC or no? I know what you're talking about.
They called it I don't know, Logan Pool or something. I forgot, but it looked cool. They showed because they've shown like some artwork now of like character ideas. I'm like that was one of them. I was like, oh,
they almost had like a symbiote.
Yeah, I think they were gonna try and do Venom Pool.
Yeah.
Right. I guess Blake Lively voiced Lady Deadpool. I heard, and then Matthew McConaughey. I definitely recognized that voice right away.
Cowboy.
Was it Cowboy Pool or
Pool?
Yeah.
No,
Cowboy Pool. Or
it was something.
And then supposedly Ryan's kids voiced the baby pool and the kid pool.
The kid Deadpool was his daughter.
Kid Pool and baby pool were both his kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I don't know how much of a voice his youngest one did, but probably like
Goo Goo. Yeah.
Maybe
whatever the
put
fuck.
little mocap dots on it or something. I don't know.
We also had there was one Deadpool dress in the jersey or
the
themed
Wrexham jersey.
Yes,
that was cool.
Yeah,
I did like that.
A lot of I can't wait to see it again because it's like I said, the rewatchability factor is just
that's just it. We missed so many things.
Oh, I know, I know. And the other thing I heard, and I agree with it, like the plot's pretty simple, and it might not be as deep as the other ones. I didn't feel, but the entertainment value like outweighed all that, and it's just its own thing.
God, it was entertaining.
It's very entertaining. Loved it. I saw it by myself. I mean, like I was so desperate to see it.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta go see this because I didn't want to get spoiled. I already got spoiled with the Deadpool or the Blade and Gambit. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm so glad I managed to avoid all that because I was getting.
I did too.
Walked on.
The last thing that I saw before seeing the movie was Tyler Mane.
Yeah,
like the still of Tyler Mane being in it, or like the little teaser of it.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay, turn off.
Yeah, I'd have been fine with that spoiler because.
But I pretty much like anytime I go to a movie, I'm like looking for the bathroom break part. Where there's like not much going on, you can like sneak away for a minute and come back and not miss anything. But there really wasn't.
I actually did that with the diner scene. I took a chance because I'm like I've seen kind of how this goes in the trailer,
but it wasn't like it was in the trailer.
Even in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the part in the trailer was.
So what was in the diner scene? I know there's so the scene about him being so gross, he can't eat in front of him.
That's not even in the movie.
Yeah,
not even in it.
There.
What was
the toupee line was in there. He was like, everybody knows.
Yeah.
That was in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really don't miss a whole lot. I think if I
took a chance, I figured
if I had
probably
to go back and do it like when he meets Nice Pool, I probably would have been like, yeah, fuck this.
Yeah.
Because that was the only part of it that I was like,
yeah, when he's like, when the dog runs up on him and then Nice Pool comes
they're
up.
talking about the dog and the
and that dog was like, wasn't he like hated or said to be the ugliest dog or something?
What is it like?
They had sympathy for it.
Whatever country it's from.
It's like a Chinese
It's like the ugliest, their ugliest dog or something like that. Yeah,
getting a lot of attention now though. Yeah. You want me to be your daddy?
I love the line he said though. He's like, "Yeah, I'd watch out for that dog. Its body is basically just one big G spot." Gross. Okay. Like his body's covered in nuts.
Overall, like, are you fine with it being done? Should they not even touch it again? Like any of this? I mean, obviously, I think something's it's made over $1 billion now, so
yeah,
they're going
to grossing R-rated movie.
Yeah,
I think. No.
I think he'll be in other movies, but I think it's going to be a while, just like Iron Man 3.
But what about the other people, like Gambit and?
Oh, Gambit will be.
I'm fine with
Wars.
them.
I think Elektra's done.
Yeah,
you'll probably see. You will probably see a Blade.
What if he played like Whistler or something?
Reynolds is pushing for that right now.
Yeah.
And I think that guy's kind of got a blank check he can cash.
Oh yeah.
With Disney.
And
and they're having so much trouble right now with making their own damn Blade.
I think you'll probably see a Blade. I don't know. It'd be cool to see a Gambit return.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be a solo movie or if they, introduce him in X-Men somehow.
Even if it's not a solo movie, just put him in Secret Wars.
Mm. Yeah. That's the beauty of introducing.
Make a good X-Men movie. And
yeah.
Put X-Men.
Well, yeah, I think once Fantastic Four is done,
Blue Team.
that'll help hopefully get them into a direction like let's keep going this route, or I don't know, but
I think as far as Ryan Reynolds is concerned, he is open to coming back as Deadpool, but the Deadpool he will be won't be this Deadpool.
Right.
It'll be like the MCU Deadpool.
Yeah.
So does that mean we get a Deadpool more like when he first appeared in the Marvel Comics?
Oh, when he was a copy of what's his face, right?
Because
when he was like
he was Deathstroke, pretty much a copy of Deathstroke, right?
He was 100% a copy of Deathstroke. I don't know what Liefeld says. That's exactly what he was.
Same name, right? Different.
Slade Wilson.
Wade Wilson. Yeah, come on. What the fuck?
Make him have tiny feet though.
Fucking Liefeld.
Like just for
you caught the shoe store, right?
Yeah. Just
I mean, when he first appeared in like New Mutants, and then like in the earlier issues of the X-Force, before he had his own solo series, he wasn't funny.
Yeah,
no.
He was called the Merc with the Mouth because he just talked a lot.
Yeah,
but he wasn't funny. He wasn't like Spider-Man quippy.
Yeah.
And I actually thought he was fucking cool looking.
Yeah.
And he still was cool looking, but I liked him as a villain too. So if they were to do him as kind of more of a villain, I would not be opposed to that.
No, not at all.
I don't know how the audience would react to that.
Well, I think we've already.
But I think as far as
gone too far down that road now.
As far as like referencing,
it'd be too much of a
this universe that they're in with like Negasonic and Colossus and all that. I think that part's done. Like, I don't think they're going to continue that anymore.
Because they didn't even. Were you troubled by them not being a part of it as much as before?
No, because by the second one they were background characters anyway. Aside from Colossus fighting Juggernaut.
Yeah,
but really, I can't wait to see more Deadpool or see what he does with.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I think there's more of a chance to see like the ripple effect of this film.
I'd be totally down for him and Levy doing a, like a darker, or maybe not Levy, but
I mean they've
doing like a R-rated Blade, like a Blade version of Logan,
right?
Like we were saying, that'd be
hell. Bring James Mangold back for that, maybe. I don't know. Well, they probably wouldn't, but because that to me that'd be very serious. It wouldn't be.
Yeah,
Levy's really good for a joking movie,
bring
but
Ayer back to do another Blade movie because didn't he did the first one, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Del Toro did the second one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you could definitely tell that was
David Goyer did the third one, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Blade 2 is kind of like Batman Returns to me. Like it's its own flavor kind of, and it's
I wouldn't mind seeing like a kind of like they did with the Fox universe. I wouldn't mind seeing another Blade movie with Snipes.
Yeah.
To close out the Blade universe.
Yeah.
And then we can go forward with
Stephen
Mahershala.
did the first one. I stand corrected.
then we can go forward with Mahershala Ali, in 2027 or whenever the fuck this movie comes out.
Whatever it's going to be about.
They do bring him in though for Blade.
Oh yeah,
I do too.
His voice and his mannerisms and all that stuff. It's just perfect for
He made a perfect villain in the Luke Cage series.
Yeah,
that was
like
the redeeming quality for Luke Cage for me.
I think both can coexist because you can do a total Logan-like movie, which is like standalone, and then do your new Blade. It's MCU Blade, whatever. Yeah.
I just thought we're done with all the multiverse bullshit.
What was his name? Was it Cottonmouth? Who did he play in Luke Cage?
That sounds right.
I think it was Cottonmouth.
King Cottonmouth or something like that.
Yeah. I think he played Cottonmouth, and I forget what the other one was. It was like Copperhead or something like that.
Yeah.
But he played. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, hopefully, because I know I still haven't seen it. My brother-in-law loaned it to me, but Once Upon a Time Deadpool they did, which was like the PG-13 version of Deadpool 2.
Christmas. Yeah.
They released it around Christmas time.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do something like once the first copy comes out, if they will do a revamp, like maybe they'll do an explosion cut or some shit.
I would love to see an extended version of what they cut out.
Yeah, I thought it was funny where I might get the number wrong, but it was like they've now said the F word 119 times in Disney movies. One was in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and the other 118.
Yes.